Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to BlizzCon Season Day 1. We are coming to you live for the next half an hour with some big news, announcements, and reveals, as well as some very special guests, as we set the stage for BlizzCon 2018 and all the incredible content that will be dropping over the next 7 weeks. Starting today.
Right now.
I'm Alex Albright, joined once again by Michelle Morrow, and this is the 2018 BlizzCon All Access Kickoff Show. I can't believe it's starting already.
I know. We're back
here.
with you guys, and the celebration for BlizzCon starts right now and continues nonstop all the way up to BlizzCon 2018 in November. And today, we're just going to take you guys behind the scenes and give you guys a look at what's coming up in the weeks ahead to make sure that you never miss a moment. We're also going to share some of the exciting changes that we've made to this year's virtual ticket experience to make it even more interactive.
Like more interactive.
Yes, more interactive. Last year, I wasn't as interactive.
So like hashtag interactive?
I mean, you can hashtag it if you'd like, but it is definitely going to be
interactive as like hashtag interactive? God, that's pretty interactive. All right, look, now it's in its 12th year of BlizzCon, and it has evolved from a weekend event into an epic 2-month season with weekly updates, reveals, on-demand video drops, and in-game items for every Blizzard franchise in the Blizzard universe, including Diablo. In fact, the very first in-game item is a legendary skin for Overwatch, which I can't believe they're doing. That's like blows my mind. That's right, I said it was a legendary skin. We will be revealing that right here in just a few minutes, so you're definitely going to want to stick around for that.
That's right, and of course, the key to unlocking all of the amazing content is the BlizzCon virtual ticket, which is available right now on BlizzCon.com. So once you grab it, you're going to be reserving the best seat in the house. You're going to have access to every single hall and all of the stages in the Anaheim Convention Center. You're going to see all of the biggest announcements, all of the developer panels, the costume and talent contest, and the epic closing night ceremony, which, by the way, is getting a little bit more epic. More details on that to come, but you're going to want to pick up your virtual ticket. Make sure you don't miss any history, because history is going to be made.
Dude, history is being made. It gives me chills every time I hear it. I'm so excited. Chills go on my arms. Also included with every virtual ticket purchase is the BlizzCon All Access channel, which premiered last year and is backed by popular demand. Bigger and better than ever. We will be hosting it once again alongside our friend Malik Forte. And if you were with us last year, you know that All Access means just that. We will be bringing you to every stage, in every hall, keep you updated on all of the live esports happening around the world, and take you all over the show floor with our roaming reporters, Anna Prosser and Rachel Querco. All Access is your one-stop destination for the best of BlizzCon. So stick with us. You'll never miss a moment.
That's right. And no matter how you guys choose to experience BlizzCon, whether you guys are going to be there in person with us or if you're watching from home, you're definitely going to want to download the new and improved BlizzCon mobile app.
Ooh.
It's been completely revamped for BlizzCon 2018, and it's now available in 8 languages. Other features include you can now cast to your favorite screen with AirPlay. Chromecast integrations coming soon. I like to call that ChromieCast for all you Warcraft players out there. The reworked Watch tab improves video content discoverability, and there's new artwork. Always the artwork.
Always with the artwork. And if you combine the new mobile app with your virtual ticket, you can really buff your BlizzCon experience by unlocking full access to all the BlizzCon video content, live stream, first dibs on BlizzCon loot, and much, much more. All you have to do is download your app wherever you get your apps today.
And we're going to kick things off in just a moment with a special announcement from the executive producer of BlizzCon herself, Sarah Lynn Smith. But first, let's check in with the third member of our team, the one and only Mr. Malik Forte. What's up, Malik?
What's up, y'all?
How you doing?
It's good to see you.
What's up to everybody watching at home? Hey, guys, it's great to be back with you all celebrating the official start of BlizzCon season. We've got a lot to get to today, so let's take a moment now to check out what's coming up on the show. Now, as Michelle and Alex just mentioned, first up, with a special announcement and an overview of this year's show is BlizzCon executive producer Sarah Lynn Smith. After that, we'll be joined by a very special mystery guest who's going to give us a sneak peek at some of the on-demand video content that will be dropping over the next 7 weeks on BlizzCon.com. And then, coming up a little later, I'll be sitting down with Sam Braithwaite and Che Chow from BlizzCon Esports for a nice esports preview. We've also got some big announcements on changes to Community Night and interactive panels, as well as a deep dive into Overwatch with Michael Chu. And then, can I get a drum roll, please, guys? Yeah, we will be officially revealing the Overwatch bonus in-game item, which for the very first time is a legendary skin. This skin is included with your virtual ticket purchase and is dropping live in-game today. And don't forget, the Overwatch legendary skin is just the first bonus in-game item. Every other franchise will be getting their own in-game item over the next 7 weeks. And to get all these bonus items, the video on-demand content, the all-access channel, and much more, all you have to do is head over to BlizzCon.com and pick up your virtual ticket. It's that simple. All right, guys, it's time to get this payload moving and send things back over to Alex and Michelle.
I love when you say that. I love it.
This is your tag. That's your tagline.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I think it'll work. Stick with it. All right, since joining the Blizzard team almost 7 years ago, BlizzCon executive producer Sarah Lynn Smith has been working continuously on behalf of the Blizzard community to foster growth and improve the user experiences for Blizzard fans all over the world.
And speaking of around the world, Sarah Lynn is currently in Asia meeting with community members in Shanghai and Seoul. But before she left, she sat down with our cameras to record a message for the Blizzard community. So here now with a special announcement, BlizzCon executive producer Sarah Lynn Smith.
Hello, Blizzard community. It's the season of BlizzCon. I wish I could be there with the team kicking things off, but I'm en route to Shanghai and then Seoul to visit some of our communities on that side of the world. Speaking of, did you know that players from over 180 countries experienced BlizzCon last year? I love that stat because BlizzCon has now truly become a global event with people all around the world, virtually and physically, coming together to celebrate our common passion for games, esports, and cosplay. As we kick off BlizzCon season, it's incredible to think how far we've come since the first BlizzCon in 2005, which essentially featured 2 games, World of Warcraft and StarCraft. 13 years later, we're preparing for one of the greatest gaming shows of the year, with over 35,000 expected to attend in person and an additional 10 million tuning in virtually to celebrate 6 big franchises, World Championship esports, and most important of all, our community. It's the one time of year when we're all together, getting feedback on the latest and greatest game builds, swapping anecdotes about that crazy Mage Tower challenge that I never finished, or the unheard of 5-player kill streak with a Mercy main. It's when we get to be with our people, when we are truly home. BlizzCon has a sense of belonging that's hard to capture without experiencing it. It's unforgettable moments that become part of Blizzard history. So, notables for BlizzCon 2018. For those joining us online, we've made the experience even more interactive by adding live polls, voting, and the new Build-A-Panel, where we build a custom panel based on what you want. You're in charge. We await your commands. Make sure to vote. We're also increasing localization efforts to bring the BlizzCon experience to even more members of our global community. This year, we'll be offering real-time translation in 7 languages. And if you're watching at home on your couch, you can now cast to your favorite screen with Chromecast and AirPlay. And starting today and continuing all the way up until November, check out the on-demand video series uploaded to BlizzCon.com. I've seen a couple already, and they're just awesome. Stay tuned for more on that. And finally, we have one more big change we've been waiting to tell you about. I'm very excited to share that this year, after closing remarks, for the first time ever, we will have multiple entertainment options across the entire show floor, creating a festive atmosphere with something for everyone. We're hoping it's an epic conclusion to an epic event. And don't forget, this show is created with the community at the forefront, so keep that feedback coming. You are what drives us to do what we do. Thanks, and see you soon, folks.
So look, before we move on, let's take a look back at one of our favorite moments from BlizzCon 2017, when our next guest almost shattered the earth.
Uh-oh. Who's it gonna be?
Excuse me, Mr. Kaplan. I'm here to deliver the payload.
What is this?
Hammer down! Candy! 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 I'm coming, my friend. You wait right there. It's a long way. I live for this.
Hi! Darren DePine! voice actor for Reinhardt.
All right, we are joined now by the voice of Reinhardt and a man who apparently really loves his candy, Darren DePaul. What's going on, man?
Thank you, guys. I'll tell you, I was telling you earlier, my wife told me I shouldn't do that.
Oh my God.
She said, that's a bad idea. No one's going to like that.
Everyone loves candy.
Everyone loves
Everyone
candy.
loves candy.
Especially
and it's
from
about
Reinhardt.
Exactly, my friends.
Yes,
But it's about, I wanted to create a special moment, a memorable time at BlizzCon.
Yeah, when you kind of have an expanded role this year from then, right?
Yes, foolishly perhaps. There's even more to do this year, a lot with the virtual ticket. And we have some really, really, really exciting things planned.
So now you're hosting some of the video on demand content that we're going to be releasing throughout the lead up.
One is, I think, released today, the Vault series.
I love the Vault series. I'm so glad that's coming back.
Yeah, it was a really big hit last year. So this year we've expanded it. They've added me, be involved in it. And what we've done differently this year is that every franchise gets its own episode.
Oh,
that's very cool.
Their own episode of the Vault.
Yeah. So they're going to focus in on, the rare items, the unique things, the things that are just ultimately Blizzard. And what I found out was not even employees of Blizzard can get into the Vault.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I got to have this special experience, and we get to share it with the virtual ticket holders and also people who can watch this first episode, I believe, on the YouTube channel at BlizzCon.com.
You want to see everything on BlizzCon.com for sure. And I think also the Drawing to Adventures, right? Draw to Adventures.
Draw to Adventures.
Well, right?
That's with all the Blizzard artists sharing their skill and their passion. There's something about a character when you look at it and you go, that's a Blizzard character. And you get a little bit more of the insight behind, like Arnold Sang and some of the wonderful creators that have given their joy.
Yeah, Samwise you got on there, right? I mean, he's incredible.
Yeah, watching those artists work makes me realize how bad of an artist I am. Because I'm always just like, okay, so I should not be drawing.
No, you should. But it's about joy.
Yeah.
And I'm not to bring it back and not to be all Reinhardt-y, but I think that's what BlizzCon is about.
Yeah.
It's about sharing your joy and sharing your passion, looking at the person next to you and going on an adventure. Because that's what those couple days were.
So how often are we getting content?
Oh,
it sounds like
you're getting a lot of it, my friend.
Yes!
I think things are going to be happening every week. There are about 40 different episodes with different series
that's
planned.
A lot.
But just last Friday, I was on the campus in Irvine. We were filming something, and it was only supposed to be 3 episodes, and I believe it now will be more.
Oh, really?
So, yes, we are just ready to blow it out of the water.
That's awesome. And now I think, too, if you're a virtual ticket holder, you can actually see moments from 2017 as well, correct?
Yes, indeed. You can relive all the best.
That's super cool.
And that's why the virtual ticket is so great. BlizzCon, I know it's hard to get a ticket there, but you can be there. You can be in the room. You can feel those chills when things are announced.
Yeah, and even if you are there, it's so hard to see everything all at one time. I know for us, like we're strapped to the desk so much that it's hard for us to get out and be able to enjoy it, all of it. So to go back, relive the panels, see all the cool moments, like, I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and there's lots of new content. I mean, you were talking about it. It's like 40 pieces of content or something?
There's one show in particular I love The Vault, but there's a new one that I wish I could tell you about that's a lot of fun. I think people are going to love it.
He's keeping secrets, right?
I can't deliver every payload, my friend.
So
shout out to Malik.
You know what I'm saying?
So how many of these episodes are going to be free to everybody?
You'll get a little taste of each of them. But then go to, the virtual ticket to get the whole package. And you're going to want it. It's really super cool.
Well, there's a lot of content. And for a complete list of that video on-demand content and release dates, head over to BlizzCon.com. And don't forget, a lot of these videos are free to view and available to everyone. But your virtual ticket purchase unlocks everything. And Grant's, I slipped into Reinhardt for a second. It didn't work.
I loved it.
It wasn't as good. Granting you full access to the entire library. Just one more reason to jump in and pick up your virtual ticket today.
That's right. And let's talk a little bit about that, I guess. We want to shift some gears and we want to talk about some of the changes that we've made to this year's BlizzCon virtual ticket. And I guess that's where your whole hashtag interactive thing comes in. Because as you know, we've always valued the feedback from the Blizzard community. So when you guys told us that you wanted the virtual ticket to feel more interactive, we listened. And then we had our mad scientists like Professor Putricide and everybody go back into the labs. And they came up with this thing called Build a Panel. And that's where you guys get to pick what you want to see. And that's what you're going to get. So, Darren, tell us about how the Build-A-Panel works.
Are we shifting gears?
We're shifting.
gears.
We are
I'm
shifting.
shifting my position.
All right.
We are shifting.
Shields up.
Shields up. Build-A-Panel is something really, really exciting that's going to happen at BlizzCon. The fans get to vote on what the panel is about, who hosts the panel, what franchise the panel will be about.
Oh my God! So
That's
they
really
basically
cool.
build their basic, like their fantasy
Right.
panel.
What they want to see. We are listening to them, and we are committing to it fully.
And so round 1 is already done, but it's the choices of the hosts, correct?
Exactly. I believe that happened. There were 5 people that
Okay.
they scoured the globe for.
Right.
I'm not talking a globe on your desk.
Oh, the globe.
The globe.
The whole
Are you
world.
familiar with
The
it?
whole globe.
We're on it right now.
Oh my God.
That is who they look for a special person.
Yeah.
That's all I could say.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think-
All
are we
I think
going
we have
to-
those results.
No, I don't know if you show the results.
No, look,
I think we have it.
The
Okay.
votes are,
do
are
it.
in,
Let's
so
do
let's
it.
take a look.
And the winner is me.
Yeah.
That is
Well, that's a
Where did
surprise.
they find those votes?
I have no idea. Goodness gracious me.
I liked Darren Dial. I mean, that was a pretty great name. I have to
The
say.
one we didn't do was Staring DePaul, where I would just.
Stare at the camera. I love it.
All right, well, another round 1 has been chosen.
Yes.
We've got Scare and Darren, and you are committing to that.
Yes,
we got round 2 underway.
It's a character
right?
that I do on Geek and Sundry, where we are having a lot. We're announcing all of these.
Very cool.
Mr. Wren from Sagas of Sundry.
So
Ah.
now round 2 is underway, correct?
Round 2, we just announced it yesterday, and it's what franchise they would like the panel to be about.
That's right. And if you guys don't know these franchises yet, you better. It's Overwatch, StarCraft 2, Diablo 3, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, and World of Warcraft. So now it's choosing between the 6.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to see what it's about. I really hope it's something different, something unexpected.
Hey, you mean like Diablo 3? That would be amazing.
That's my game.
Guys, I'll pay people to vote for Diablo 3.
I
see
have
more
gone
panels.
through Diablo 3 as every player character, both sexes. Run through the entire
Amazing.
game.
That's commitment.
Because I love it. I love visiting every corner of the world because it's such an immersive
It
experience.
really is. So people can go to BlizzCon.com.
Yeah.
Anybody can go and vote
Yes.
right now.
Yes. Now, on the host, they were allowed to vote. With the virtual ticket, you get to vote on everything else. So if you're a virtual ticket holder,
Oh.
that's how you can vote on all the other things. But everyone can vote on a very special thing. What was the most memorable surprise of any BlizzCon in the past?
Right, so they're doing the BlizzCon best of moments.
Right.
Ooh.
Which anybody
There's a
can
lot of
vote on
those.
right
Exactly.
now.
Yeah.
And that's happening as well on BlizzCon.com.
It is right now.
Oh.
I've got some moments that I'm afraid to say them because
Dude,
I don't know if they're going to be on there.
The one that they rolled at the beginning, the Jay Allen one where he said the vanilla ice cream thing, that was like the most goosebumps I've ever had at BlizzCon.
The cookies and cream.
BlizzCon
or
is
ice
Mr.
cream.
Goosebumps.
I'm not
Yes,
saying
yes.
I got a
Right.
couple.
Yeah. yeah,
Very
you
true.
definitely.
They've been very kind to me.
Well, Darren, we really appreciate
Thank
you
you,
coming
thank
and
you.
talking to us and letting us, just giving us the details on everything. And I know that the results will be given on your show in Geek and Sundry on September 18th for round 2. So make sure to check it out then. But we're going to shift gears right now because we got to talk about esports. Every single year, the esports competitions at BlizzCon just keep getting bigger and better. And last year was no exception because we had tournaments from pretty much every franchise going down to the wire on the final day. So now it's time to relive the excitement as we take a look back at the 2017 BlizzCon esports finals.
Gentlemen, may the best team win.
They go for the core. Berlin sticks is about to lose. Fnatic takes the game, wins the series.
I can't believe this. Rhythm is still defiantly keeping Walla alive. But finally, Serenity connects and ABC clean sweeps the final. Give it up one more time for ABC.
And following BlizzCon, your world champions MVP flag!
And as soon as Sherport dies, that is it. South Korea are your 2017 Overwatch World Cup champions.
They do it again, Doa.
Joining us now for a BlizzCon Esports preview, Heroes of the Storm and StarCraft Esports lead Sam Braithwaite, and Hearthstone Esports lead Shay Chow. How's it going, guys? How you doing?
Doing awesome, man. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you for coming. Are you guys ready to dive deep into some esports?
Let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, so let's start off with my baby.
All right.
My bread and butter, Overwatch. The 2018 Overwatch World Cup is going down right now. Have you guys got to check it out yet? What are your impressions so far?
Yeah, super happy, obviously, with the results this last weekend. We got USA and Canada moving on. For me, it's just like to be a little selfish for a little bit as an American.
Go ahead.
I love that we're the #1 seed because, you know what, so is South Korea, so we don't have to face them. And maybe we'll actually be able to see Team USA on that big stage in the finals.
Right, that's a good point. Last couple years, we've run into them very early on, Team USA, that is. And this year, we don't have to worry about that. What about you, Shay?
Same thing, man. I think, just not having to face South Korea in the first round is pretty awesome. I gotta admit, I was off in Shanghai representing Hearthstone last week, so didn't get the chance to check out the action. But again, it's awesome.
Right, the arena was crazy last week. It was USA, USA, loud. My ears were just exploding. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead because we got a lot of esports to talk about. We're gonna go ahead and kick things off with Hearthstone. And speaking of World Cup, you guys are actually doing things a little differently this year, right?
That's right. So we got the global games this year. Last year we did an invitational with Hearthstone. This year we're bringing esports back to BlizzCon. So global games is 48 country teams playing in a World Cup style. Next week we go in the round of 16, so 16 countries that made it through groups. They're going to be fighting for the 8 spots to BlizzCon.
Right, and what are some teams that we should be looking out for when it comes?
Well, China's there. China's a huge part of Hearthstone, and I think that the entire community is super psyched that they're there. Brazil has been undefeated.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing. And obviously, Team USA,
of course.
Again, representing USA.
Yeah.
The other thing we're doing this year is awesome. For the first time, Hearthstone is doing a cheer modes program on Twitch. So what that means is the 16 teams, you can support your favorite teams, you can cheer for them on Twitch, and you basically are donating to the players as well, and so they get some of the proceeds. And as viewers, you get to unlock packs, a variety of Hearthstone packs, and some really cool chat emotes as well.
All right, keeping that hashtag interactive theme rolling on. I appreciate that, man. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on to StarCraft. Of course, we know this is a staple at BlizzCon when it comes to esports. Let's talk about the WCS, man. What can we expect?
This year has just been awesome for StarCraft, right? Like, we're just coming off of WCS Montreal to where a guy from Finland, his name's Cyril, is just crushing it this year, right? So we had 4 WCS stops. He got first in every single one. Went off to Korea, competed in GSL versus the world, took first place there. And it's like, for the first time going into BlizzCon, there's that real hope that maybe a Korean won't win. Maybe we'll actually be able to see a little bit of diversity on that podium. But man, the guy is just crushing it. There couldn't, I don't think, be more momentum. StarCraft community has been really enjoying what we've been doing so far this year. Viewership is out of this roof when it comes to comparisons year over year.
Right.
Competition's great. All the series have been epic. This WCS finals is going to be legit.
That sounds awesome. And while we're on the subject of StarCraft, can we expect anything for StarCraft Remastered?
So for anybody that's a StarCraft Remastered fan, if you're coming out to BlizzCon, we will have something special for you. A great match. What that is, I can't talk about yet. Announcements will be coming soon, but yes, you could expect something fun.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
all right, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and shift gears and move on to World of Warcraft. Of course, the new expansion just came out. What can we expect from WoW Arena this year?
Yeah, so WoW Arena's going to be awesome. We have 12 teams that are coming. They're going to be competing at the WoW stage. This is like the exciting time, right? We just got out of a new expansion. Meta's still evolving. People are still trying to figure out what's good and what's not good. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for surprises, off-meta picks. I think everybody's going into it a little blind, which is a good thing, right? It's all new, it's all fresh, and we're going to see who comes out on top. Europeans are kind of like the reigning champs when it comes to World of Warcraft, so it'll be interesting to see if we could shake it up this year and get any new winners.
That's awesome. There's a little bit of mystery with this new meta going in. And I love PvP WoW. That's always been a staple at BlizzCon, but apparently this year we're actually going to be doing something a little different, aren't we, Shay?
Yeah, so one of the big things for WoW esports this year has been the Mythic Dungeon Invitationals. It's been hugely successful for the community and for the program. They're bringing it to BlizzCon. Four teams of 5 are going to go into these new dungeons, new expansion, and they're going to see which team can finish the dungeon first.
So basically everybody who's been raiding and practicing their raiding, this is the time for them to prove themselves.
Yeah. Yeah,
that sounds.
And they're going to have crazy modifiers. It's going to be fun to watch.
That's going to be sick. All right. Well, last but not least, let's talk Heroes of the Storm. Sam, I know you're repping it, man.
Yeah, always repping Heroes of the Storm. All right. So this BlizzCon for Heroes of the Storm is going to be awesome. First of all, $1 million prize pool, always hype. We have the 12 best teams in the world. But like one of the main storylines that I'm really focusing on is we have Genji, which is MVP Black, that won last year. They won the midseason brawl. They're kind of the team to beat when it comes to the offline LAN events. But then in Europe, we have Team Dignitas emerging. Team Dignitas took Genji to a full 7-game series at the midseason brawl. They almost had them, but they fell short. And since then, Team Dignitas hasn't lost a single series. They've been undefeated. The dudes are crushing it. And they're going into BlizzCon. They already just deserved their seed last weekend. They're guaranteed to go, and they're prepping, and their eyes are just set on gold. Like they're there to beat Genji. They're there to beat Korea, and they're there to kind of bring a championship away from Korea for one of the first times in Heroes history. And like StarCraft, it's actually a possibility this year, and people are getting pretty excited and rallied behind that. So HGC is. We're actually getting started here for opening week. We're getting prepared for it. It's coming up soon, and so. Yeah, HGC Finals, $1 million.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Dare I say that this Genji and Team Dignitas rivalry is probably one of the best in esports?
For us. It's been going on since the foundation of the game. It's the same players, it's the same teams, and they've been battling it out at every offline event for 3-4 years, and they're always in the top 4. And so this is going to be an exciting time, man.
You couldn't write a better storyline.
Nah, Lakers, Celtics, right?
Right, Lakers, Celtics, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking sports ball. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to something that I feel is probably one of the most exciting times leading up to BlizzCon. That's opening week. From what I heard, we're actually doing things a little bit differently this year, right?
Yeah, so we're going to be at the Blizzard Arena in Burbank. We have a live audience for the first time for our opening week. It's going to be awesome. Like it's their first time that we're able to kind of extend that BlizzCon experience more than just 2 days, right? Everybody wants more esports action. Everybody wants more Blizzard action. You can head to BlizzCon.com right now. You can figure out which games are going to be at opening week. How do you get your tickets? And it's coming up here. We're like 5 weeks away, it feels like.
Man,
we're not ready, so hopefully we have like a little bit more time than that.
And you know, the Blizzard Arena, that's like my stomping ground, so I'm super excited about that, yo.
For sure.
So speaking of Blizzard Arena, in Burbank, you know, we're even closer to that is the HGT Fall Championship for Hearthstone.
Right.
16 of the best players in the world show up after battling through lots and lots of rounds of tournaments, and you know, and they're battling for 250K. So, and it's at the Blizzard Arena, so we encourage everyone to show up. We're going to be setting up a tavern, immerse yourself in Hearthstone.
That's sick.
Yeah, meet the developers, play against the developers, play against some pros. It's gonna be awesome.
All right, can I get an invite? Can I come out?
You're always
please.
Come on. Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna roll through there, man. Well, yo, thank you guys so much for coming and giving us the lowdown on esports for BlizzCon.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Much appreciated. And guys, one of the highlights of every BlizzCon has always been community night, and now we're going to take a look back at last year's event, which was, as per usual, epic. Check it out.
What's up, BlizzCon?
I say this every year. It's just going to be so crazy.
There's always something massively memorable about it.
I've never seen a man rip a kazoo like that in my entire life.
Injections of fandom and everything, like you can just tell that they're on that same level of nerd as you are.
Thank you for sharing your heart and your joy with us.
Joining us now from the BlizzCon Community Night team, Kate Bryant, Lorraine Torres, Stephen Dwyer, and Jessica Drew.
Hey,
Hello,
guys.
everybody.
We've got such a
This
big
is the
Blizz
biggest.
couch.
I think this is the most full the Blizz couch has been.
The blizziest it's ever been.
It's the blizziest it's ever been.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us. Kate, tell us a little bit about how this year's contest has changed, because I know you guys have done a lot of really big alterations.
Yeah, so the talent art contests are still going to be the same. The movie contest is still going to be the same, but we have a couple of changes to the cosplay contest. I think the most exciting is that in previous years, we've only accepted 100 submissions, and this year we let it open for as many people as wanted to join us.
Oh, wow.
And as part of that, we've also opened up the cosplay exhibition, which will take place a little bit earlier than Community Night on the Epic stage, and that'll be for folks that want to just show off their costume and not necessarily compete, or some of our big pool of entrants for our community night that aren't all quite going to fit on the stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. And you guys have adjusted the registration process, right?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we accepted anyone who wanted to enter the cosplay contest. We've got registration for the cosplay exhibition is still going. And for the exhibition, like I said, you'll be on our Epic stage earlier in the day, and then the top 25 of all of our cosplay contestants are actually going to get to walk the stage at community night, have a little bit more time to show off all those costumes they've put so much time and effort into.
That's really cool. Let's talk about, I love that you guys have kind of whittled it down in that kind of a way. Talk about the payout structure a bit, because I know there's a lot of prizes. So how have you guys structured it this year?
Yeah, so we have over $25,000 in our prize pool this year.
Dang.
Super exciting.
Dang. Oh.
I got to get my murky costume out.
Absolutely. Talk to me. We'll get you entered.
Yes. Cosplay exhibition. I was like, we'll have a co-host for an hour.
Great. So we have 5 cosplay contests that are each going to have, or 5 categories that each have one winner. So when you registered, you had to specify whether or not you were building as an individual or whether you were building as a group.
Oh, very cool.
And then we have some specialized categories that our judges will go into explaining that'll also have one winner in each
Super
category.
excited. And you also changed that you don't have to actually check in costume anymore, right? And that was a big deal.
Yes, want to keep our cosplayers comfortable, want to make sure that there's no stain happening or lint that needs to come off of their costumes.
Well, yeah, their makeup isn't falling off. Like how many times, or like blisters are being added in your shoes. Gosh, I love that.
Yeah, we're super excited about the new changes.
And now there's interactive
hashtag interactivity,
feature.
right? So there's going to be, so you want to talk a little bit about, there's now the virtual ticket, viewers can actually vote on their favorite cosplay contest.
Yes, so everybody that has a virtual ticket will be able to vote for their choice for the cosplay contest, and we'll crown a virtual ticket winner.
A virtual ticket cosplay winner. That's really cool. Thank God. That's it's about time. I think just about time. Well, let's talk a little bit about the changes to this year's contest. You know, Jessica, I know you're a huge cosplayer. I admire all of your cosplay online so much. All of you guys, really. But you know, talk to me about the thought process behind the different categories.
Well, our community is so good at so many different things. Like, we wanted to make sure we were focusing and giving attention to people who are exemplary at the artisan crafts. So that's going to be tailoring, leatherworking, and just going in a deep dive into people that pay attention and love detail work and that like fine detail work.
Yeah.
But then BlizzCon is really well known for like its massive fabrications. I mean, wow shoulders, right? And so we want to have those guys competing on a level with each other, but without having to like underplay maybe the folks that are working on sewing. And then we have started to get like some really, really cool makeup and effects stuff, where they're like actually transforming into all the different races and cool stuff.
So
and so there's a whole category just for people who are doing like special effects makeup.
That's fantastic. I'm going to get my ears out.
Yes, please.
Pop those guys on.
Ears.
Alex is getting really excited about cosplay.
I'm always excited about cosplay, and then I just am like, oh yeah, right, I'm going to be working.
Yes, I want to dress him up now.
So what do you guys think makes an award-winning cosplay?
Honestly, it's just we've got so many great characters in all our universes at Blizzard that when someone picks a character that they really love, you can see it shines through in the costumes that they make. It's just fantastic. So some of these people spend from the last BlizzCon until this BlizzCon crafting their costume. That's how dedicated they are.
Yeah.
The dedication shines through, so that's definitely what makes brilliant costumes.
I mean, it's true. This is really one of the biggest cosplay contests in the world.
Yeah.
It's huge. And Lorraine, you've actually won before, which is amazing.
I feel like it needs a round of applause.
Yeah. And
Once a winner, always a winner, in my opinion.
You know, how long did you spend on your costume, for example? 'Cause I think we have a picture of it as well.
Yeah, so the Mistress of Pain costume, that was back from 2009, and that was a year's worth of work.
Wow.
And, you know, I had gone to BlizzCon the previous year, and one of the things that stood out to me is that really made me come in with such a big costume was just the details, you know, and that's what I look for when I'm looking at these cosplays.
Jeez.
You know, that the things that make the difference are these little details. In my case, I feel like the teeth really made a huge difference in that costume, even, you know, even as small as it was. And so I look for stuff like that. I look for the finer details hidden within the costumes. I love that stuff. So when I see cosplay, I want to see how fine you get into those little details, you know, be it the shoulders, be it the fabric, you know, beading, whatever it is.
Yeah, so each of the categories, you got to be looking at different things, right? I mean, like the fabrication category, you're looking at how big is Hogger's head, right? Like the dimensions of the, you know what I mean?
You don't want anything to be out of proportion.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like you got to really get into it. I mean, each category's got to have its own.
And you think you really can't, you know, compare it. It's kind of like apples and oranges, right? To compare like those big pauldrons against, you know, the beadwork that people take, where they spend hours on this and days and months and years. I mean,
absolutely. That's one of the things that slightly frustrated us with the previous format is just we didn't have that range in which to give people the credit that they were due for things like that. Like, how can you possibly compare a massive Reinhardt to someone who spent 3,000 hours beating their costume, that kind of thing? So now we have the opportunity to do that.
And so it must have been hard, too, to see how do you compare a team of people who are trying to put on one big experience versus that individual who kind of gets head down for a year and comes back. So that's got to be interesting now to be able to see.
Well, I love it because like teamwork is amazing. Can you imagine pooling your friend resources like I do regularly with both of these guys? But like, oh my gosh, you're so good at wigs. I super suck at wigs. Can you like take it? And I really want to see teams come together where they're each bringing their own love, passion, and skills to make like one incredible costume. Like, teamwork.
Yeah, and it's true. You can't compare a team against one individual person. It's a totally different element.
Super unfair.
And let's just kind of like hit on what the main categories are, right? Sure. So you guys, have the.
Well,
go ahead,
as Kate mentioned, there's an individual and a group category now. So when they submitted, they should have told us which one was which. But more importantly, we have a fabrication category, which is things like armor pieces or the large scale ones, prop weapons, things like that. We also have artisan crafts, which is, as Jessica mentioned, tailoring, all the beadwork, leather working, all that kind of stuff. Right. And then we have makeup and special effects, which includes things like transforming your face shape with prosthetics or even into complex lighting arrays or wings that expand out, things like that. Any interesting special. We've seen plenty of that at BlizzCon. It's just fantastic.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, we've got a category for that now.
This is cool. I like that you guys have split it all up. It makes it makes us appreciate how much work the community puts into these costumes.
Yeah, because sometimes people will walk by with like a giant, like that the Reinhardt. You know what I mean? Like the Reinhardt walks by, and it's kind of hard to miss that. And then you see somebody up close, and you're like, how long did it take you to weave in all these little patches on the thing? You know, I mean, it's great that they're now going to be.
And we just want to give everyone a fair shot, you know, in their proper dues.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by the set and letting us know what's going on. We can't wait to see you guys judging on the talent costume and costume contest. So
7 weeks, people. 7 weeks.
All right, guys. Now it's time to escort that payload back over to Malik, who's standing by with some big Overwatch news for all of us Overwatch fans.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Joining us now is Overwatch lead writer Michael Chu. You guys know him. When you see him, it's typically good news that comes along with it, right? How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited to be here.
Awesome, dude. All right, so let's talk about the Busan map that just went live yesterday. A lot of people have been playing it, but how does it feel for you to have that out in the world now?
It's so awesome because the team had so much fun putting together the Busan map. Korea is something that's really important to us and to Blizzard as a company, and so we really wanted to show what the Overwatch version of Busan would look like. And I think also Diva is this character that we love so much, and being able to show her hometown, show kind of her situation was something that we were also we couldn't wait to do, and we poured a lot of love into this map. Right,
I was watching the Overwatch Fan Fest, and it looked like everybody was having such a good time getting all the news. And you guys actually went the extra mile to get the authentic South Korean feel in this map, right?
Yeah, one of the things that we showed off is that we actually recorded audio from Busan so that we could really capture the sound and the feel of the place. And then also, we did a lot of work on the different signs and stuff. There are lots of really fun details and a lot of really interesting little things throughout the map. So definitely take your time and explore them.
Is that a dancing game I just saw there?
Yeah, we put a little special Easter egg in there, maybe a little interactivity.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna hit the dance. I'm gonna hit the dance game with Reaper and just have him tap his foot.
That's
there.
right. Yeah.
And see how that goes. Along with the map, you guys also revealed that new Diva animated short. So how was the creative process behind that?
So it's really amazing because Diva is this character that we originally designed, many years ago.
Yeah.
And we came up with a story for her. We knew, she was a part of the squad, and we knew her story. But really, in the game, you only get so much for a character. You get the esports, you know, the mecha pilot hero. And I think in this piece, we were able to really delve into her character a little bit more, delve into, you know, hint a little bit at the mecha squad. So I think it was a really fun opportunity.
So was this always a part of her backstory, or was this something you guys just recently came up with?
You know, we had this general idea of where things were going to go, but I think once we were doing the map, we were so committed to really making it feel like this living, breathing Busan that we felt like it was important to do a lot of the details. And so one of the really fun parts about this is, you know, we had this general idea, hey, let's have this mecha squad. There are these other pilots. They're like these cool, you know, like gamers, you know, drivers, whatever. But one of the things is we really wanted to flesh it out. And so I actually got to work with another writer at the company, Valerie Watrous, on StarCraft team. And she helped really come up with like the personalities and how these different characters fit together, and then how Diva sort of fits into that entire picture. And then the best part is getting to work with our amazingly talented artists like Ben Zhang, who went in and then, based on those character descriptions, crafted the look of the mechs and the heroes that you see.
They look so nice, man. And I got to say, I'm interested to know more about the rest of the mecha squad. I saw the one sheet where it had like all the mechs getting repaired.
That's right.
And I saw like King was I think his was the closest to being repaired.
Yeah, well, you know, like King is sort of the DPS of the group, and so I think that Korea, when they're looking to get their, you know, people back online, you got to get Diva. She's #1. But, you know, back in the day, Diva and King were like, they were rivals. They were right there neck and neck, so I think they want to get their heavy hitters up there.
Those two were doing the dives together.
That's right, yeah.
Pretty much. All right, man. And another thing I think is really cool is that you guys have took Hannah Song, you've took Diva, and you've kind of integrated her into this Nano Cola Skin Challenge. Could you tell us a little bit about the thought process behind making this thing for the community?
Yeah, I think, you know, we were so excited. We've got the map, we got the animated short, we all love Diva, and I think, you know, we had this idea like the Nano Cola thing, which plays into Shooting Star, and we had this idea for a really cool skin, and we said, like, let's just celebrate it, and let's have some cool cosmetics and some really nice sprays just to, you know, everyone can just celebrate Diva.
All right, man. Well, I'm super excited to see what else comes of Diva's story and to find out more about the Mecha Squad and that. But you know what? The moment you all have been waiting for has finally arrived. It's time to find out which Overwatch hero is getting a bonus in-game legendary skin right now.
Greetings, heroes of Overwatch. To celebrate what an epic year 2018 has been, we have a special gift for every BlizzCon ticket and virtual ticket holder. A new legendary Sombra skin, inspired by the demon hunters of Sanctuary. Vault into combat, or strike from the shadows with the force of a Nephilim.
Nice. She's got the crossbow Uzis, man.
Yeah, she's got that hood, which is important for all hackers.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the thought process. We're combining Diablo and Sombra together.
So I think when we were looking for a synergy, it was pretty obvious because I kind of think that there's two ways that the characters are very similar.
Yes.
One is actually from a story perspective. You know, the demon hunters have sort of gazed into, you know, into the darkness, and it's come back and it's changed them. And I think Sombra actually had the same thing. You know, maybe not into the burning hells, but Sombra has found something, this conspiracy that reached out and you know, reached for her, and she had to change her life because of that. So I think in that way, and also in their personalities, they're really similar. And then I think also artistically, it's a good match. The way they play, their general style, the artist really pulled inspiration from that and coming up with the idea to make Sombra into a demon hunter.
Right, they're very stealthy, sneaky, both kind of like mercenaries working on their own agenda and stuff like that. I can see that parallel. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for coming and showing us that. And I got a question, you know, that just occurred to me. If Overwatch, this legendary skin is live right now and it's in game right now for all virtual ticket holders, and I'm a virtual ticket holder since, you know, I work here and stuff, why am I still here? Why am I still here? You know, it's time for me to go check out this Demon Hunter Sombra right now. Alex and Michelle, take it away.
He just wants to get out of here because he wants to go play.
I don't blame him. Are you kidding me? It's like peanut butter and chocolate. You put Diablo in my Overwatch. Are you kidding me? I'm in. All right, you may have noticed one of the big themes of today's show has been interactivity. So now we want to take a quick moment to go over some of the ways that you can help us create content this BlizzCon season, from being #interactive in the weeks to come. As we mentioned earlier, we have the Build a Panel. It is now live, so make sure you vote every week to create the BlizzCon panel of your dreams. You can also vote for your all-time favorite BlizzCon moments and then see how they rank up against the Best of BlizzCon series. Then, once we get to BlizzCon, the virtual ticket holders will be able to vote for their favorite cosplayer to crown the first ever virtual ticket cosplay winner. It's usually an echo.
There's reverb.
And of course, there will be also multiple opportunities for you to interact with us on the All Access channel. You'll be able to send in questions for guests. You'll be able to post comments and participate in polls. So be sure to join the discussion to let us know what you think.
That's right. And look, we just want to thank everybody, all of our guests for joining us, and all of you guys out there for watching. And remember, if you haven't already done so, and I'm kind of guessing you probably already have, like Malik, to go get that Sombra skin. You probably already got the virtual ticket. But if you haven't, go to BlizzCon.com and pick yours up right now. You're going to get instant access to all of the on-demand video content, the legendary Demon Hunter Sombra skin, plus bonus in-game items for the other 5 franchises dropping in the weeks to come. Oh. And I'm just saying, if you're a Heroes of the Storm fan...
I'm a Heroes of the Storm fan.
Okay, well, then you might want to check back pretty soon here, because something tells me you might not have to wait much longer.
Oh, I love it. And, of course, the virtual ticket will give you unrivaled access to BlizzCon itself, with all the big announcements, all the developer panels, the costume and talent contest, and the closing night ceremony, both live and archived on demand. And when you combine the virtual ticket with that all-new BlizzCon mobile app, you can really buff your BlizzCon experience to get full access to even more cons. Seriously, what are you guys waiting for? Get your virtual ticket right now at BlizzCon.com. Go and grab it. That is going to do it for us, but don't forget, the party continues on BlizzCon.com, so be sure to check back every week so you never miss a moment. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.
Malik is already on his computer.
How did this happen?
Because Yo, Zen is one. Chill. Zen is one. Zen is one. Zen is one.
How?
Apregande le luces.
This guy.
God, Malik.